Yo, what's going on, Yeousch? I'm that young bull, and in today's video I want to be talking about how to find the G-spot, how to deal with bullies, and what kind of underwear you should wear when you're hanging out with women. I'm also bringing you guys some amazing Battlefield 3 gameplay accompanied with my voice. Sounds like a match made in heaven, right? With that said, gentlemen, happy Thursday. The weekend is almost here. Let's move on to topic number 1, how to find the G-spot. Guys, I'm talking about the holy grail of a woman's vagina here. Not only am I going to help you guys find out, I'm going to help you master it to the point where this girl is going to be begging you for more and more. Well, guys, first things first, finding the G-spot. I'm going to teach you guys how, and it's actually a lot easier than it may seem. The G-spot is inside of a woman's vagina, obviously. On the top side, it should only be located 1 to 3 inches back, depending on the individual girl, and it's about a quarter size, kind of spongy feeling spot of flesh. And you should know when you feel it because it's not going to feel like the rest of the vagina. It's got sort of a textured feeling. It's about the size of a quarter, like I said, 1 to 3 inches back. One of the easiest way to find the G-spot is when she's laying on her back. You want to take your index or long middle finger and put it into her vagina as far as it can go comfortably. This should just about bring you to the point where it should be, and just remember to stay on the top side and just feel around for it. Contrary to popular belief, women do not just like having fingers going in and out of them. You gotta actually stimulate the spot, and the way you do this is once your fingers are in there, face up with your palm up towards her stomach. You want to move your fingers in a come here motion. By that I mean you kind of want to make a hook with your fingers curving in towards the palm of your hand. And you don't want to do it hard, you want to do it nice and soft but right on that G-spot. 1 to 2 fingers should work, and she will definitely be moaning and asking for more. Now that you know how to please your women, it's time to take care of those bullies and show them once and for all that you are the bigger man. The first step in stomping out the bully problem is figuring out what kind of bully it is you're dealing with. Are they aggressive and physically abusive, or are they verbally abusive and they give you all sorts of taunting remarks? Or are they a cyberbully and you can't escape them even when you're online? Once you can establish what kind of bully it is you're dealing with, you want to do everything you can to stay away from them. Now you don't want to make this obvious, or else the bully's going to take this as success and fear like what they're doing is right and what they're doing is working on you. That is not the message you want to come across, because they'll just bully you more. You just want to stay away. You know, if they go on certain websites, or you know that they have access to certain things, stay away from those. If you know that they hang out in a certain area or they hang out with a certain group of people, try not to associate with them quite as much. But you don't want to make this obvious, like I said, or the bully will interpret this as weakness and he's just going to feed off that and make the situation 10 times worse. Now, if you do unfortunately end up in a situation with a bully, you need to show as little reaction as possible. Now, while this might vary from bully to bully, you know, generally if you don't show them anything, it's just like trolling someone online. They're going to give up after a while because it's just not going to be fun for them anymore. Bullies bully because they want the attention, and if you're not giving them that attention, then they're not going to do it anymore. You also need to realize that you can't talk logic or sense into an irrational person. You need to walk away with dignity and let them know that you have better things to do with your time than dealing with their bullshit. Don't make sarcastic jokes at the expense of yourself to show them that you don't care. Honestly, this is only going to make them happy, and a lot of times they're going to throw in their own ridicule to humiliate you even further and to lower your self-esteem. Instead, throw verbal insult back at them. Now, you don't want to do this if they're the kind of person who has a history of physically bullying you. But if they're the kind of person that you know won't touch you and all they do is throw some verbal bullshit, then go ahead, especially if it's in a public setting. This can get some serious laughter out of all the people around. And this is a bully's worst nightmare because they have been dethroned and now you are humiliating them. But if you really think things are starting to get serious and it might turn into a physical altercation, then you need to contact some higher authorities. Now, whether that's teachers, counselors, principals, parents, pastors, whoever it may be, you need to let them know, because bullying is never okay, especially when it involves having someone physically hurt. Telling a form of authority that you don't feel safe doesn't make you a bitch or a pussy. It means you're sticking up for your rights of life. Honestly, I would not take bullshit from anyone, and if I didn't feel safe about myself, I would go get help from somebody. There's nothing wrong with that, and honestly, if he's putting you in that kind of situation, he needs to be dealt with, because you have no idea how many other people he's making feel this way as well. It only takes one person to make a difference, and if you can be that difference to rid a school of bullies, then go ahead and do it, man. You're gonna be a hero. My final 2 tips to you guys would be hit the gym, get a little bigger, make sure you're working out in good shape, and learn some self-defense. Now, I'm not talking about karate. I've been doing mixed martial arts, cage fighting for 9 years now, karate doesn't cut it. I'm talking about boxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, stuff like that. You need to learn how to defend yourself. If something ever does end up into a physical altercation, you need to know how to defend yourself or you're going to end up getting seriously hurt. Now obviously this is not the path that you want it to end up going, but if it ends up there, you have to know how to defend yourself or you can really end up getting seriously beat up. Alright guys, well now that you know how to deal with those pesky boys and you know how to please your women, it's time to go out there and impress them with your taste in underwear? Yes gentlemen, underwear is a huge part of your wardrobe. Although it's underneath all your clothing, girls are going to end up seeing it and it's going to show a lot about the type of guy that you are. Now let's be honest guys, boxers are comfortable and they're great, but they need to be reserved for certain things, and that's going to sleep and if you want a little more stride in your step when you're wearing a pair of jeans. When you're going out on a date with a girl, you need to wear something that's going to look flattering. Almost any girl out there would be lying if she didn't tell you that she thinks boxer briefs or compression shorts look good on a guy, because they do. You don't want to see some boxers puffing out and making your pants look all poofy and shit. You got to wear something that's going to look nice, going to grip that package up, going to look mysterious and sexy as shit. Time to go get some boxer briefs, son. Get yourself up on that A game. Alright guys, well hopefully you really enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave it a like. If you loved it, go ahead and favorite it. And if you want to see more videos from me in the future, make sure you go to youtube.com/IamThatYoungBull. There's going to be an annotation on the screen and a link in the description. Make sure you check it out. And if you have some topics that you want me to cover in a future video next Thursday, then leave them in the comments section. I'm going to read through all of them, and the ones I think are most interesting, I'm going to do. No limits here, guys. This series is for you. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, have a great day and keep it easy. Peace.